everybody. I had a request for a flip through of our stories. This is actually volume 2. So this is our all of the story kits. I have story play stories in here, and I also have the 52 Weeks of Me, which was put on by Maiden Mojave. And I'm just going to go through and kind of show you what's in here. So, and what's not in here. I need to actually finish the title page and stamp that this is through December of 2023. And we're going to start with, and I'm going to have to remember, Open was the first story kit that's in here, and just a couple of the papers that I used, backed it with this. So I told the story about feeling open when I turned 27. That was that. Next one is actually these cute tags that I made for Valentine's Day for each of my family members. Actually little mini books that I put tags on the front of and embellished, and these were kind of like their Valentine's Day cards last year, and I just put them all back in here. So this is the pieces of play. So I made this little vellum with the dates on here of when we documented that, and I made these into what would this be, 3x8? Yes, 3x8 pages. And all of these were posted on Instagram as well, so if you want a closer look at those, you can definitely take a peek there. And then this was from the XO kit, again going through February, and this was, I think, actually one of the lessons, but it is a little note to each one of us, and so each one of the kids, and then Adam and I, all on a piece of vellum, and I just backed that with some paper. This is just a funny story about Lawrence, and I put it on a 3x4 card and punched holes and popped it in there. This is from the Senses kit. So just the 4x6 cards, and I digitally embellished them, put the photo on, and put my journaling on and the date. Also from the XO kit, story of my dog. And then I have a story that I did kind of a hybrid on, and I think initially I was planning on printing this photo separately, but printed it all together. Turned out really cute about how Brecken is playing violin and how she's doing such a wonderful job. Then we jump into March, and this was the Make kit, and this was a baby quilt that I made for a friend of ours, also I believe on Instagram. And then just a story about making some business decisions and snuggling with the baby. So then I kind of skip around. This album I do kind of chronologically, but not necessarily, because sometimes a kit will come out and there will be stories from previous months that just immediately jump to mind, and I want to include those. So I always try to put a date on here somewhere. This was the Happy kit. I just took a really cute picture of Brecken on one of our walks, and this was the Make kit, and I love to cross stitch, and I just took some examples of some of the things that I have been cross stitching. May, I actually went back, I think a memory came up on my Facebook or my Google Photos or something that it was my graduation day, so from dental school. And so I used the Teach kit and Remember. I think it was a combination of the two. Now I can't remember. I think it was a combination. This is definitely from the Remember kit, and I'm not sure. This might be, the background might be from the Remember kit, and then some of the embellishment, or that embellishment might be, no, it's all Remember. Okay, that's from the Remember kit. This is from the Happy kit, and it was just Brecken learning how to drive in the parking lot while we were waiting for Lawrence at soccer practice. This was the Unexpected kit, and I just happened to find this on, I think it also popped up as a memory that our wedding was featured in the Knot magazine, so this is not my design at all. This is the knot.com or the Knot magazine layout spread. And this actually prompted a lot of conversation. I'm still friends with a lot of the vendors or use them. They're local businesses. So it was fun to have some conversations about this. Some people didn't even realize that they were in the knot. So I couldn't believe that. Or maybe they just forgot. That was actually part of the conversation. So surprise. Then this was story play, day in the life, colors. And this was really fun. We went out in our backyard and did a color scavenger hunt. It was a great activity for my kids. It was, I think I think it even says on here, I think it was the first week. Oh yeah, school isn't even out for the summer, but they're already bored. So we went in the backyard and broke up some squabbles and found all of these colors. And it was so much fun. We found multiples of each one of these colors. So that was just a really, really fun activity. And I can't even remember if brown, black, and white were part of the kit, but well, they must have been, because I think these are the cards. I don't think I made those cards. Yeah, those were the cards. So lots and lots of fun. Then this was just a right now, also from the story play kit, that just what's happening right now. And then photos matter, and here's my why. I really loved these. I found some really old photos. Yeah, so, and there's really tiny font on there that I can barely read. So also these are on my Instagram. This was the work kit. And so I'm just telling a little story about the amazing crew that we have and how we're an all-female team, and that we had, you know, staff meeting, and yeah, love the people that I work with. They're wonderful. They're a really great group of girls. And then this started actually kind of was a thing during COVID. So I had taken a few selfies at work pre-COVID, but this is definitely when we came back from COVID. And so these are just all the selfies that I could find on my photos that I had taken at my office. So I really like this page. It's just fun to have them all as a side-by-side, and this was just a great place to keep them. We were just talking about this photo. Actually, this was the morning that my partner had her baby, and I was at her house at, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and then it was just, it was an interesting day. We all thought that she was in labor the day before, and it was not a total surprise, but she almost had the baby on the way to the hospital, and that's my look of what the heck just happened. So, work. And then this is actually a story of my business partner and friend, Jordan, and there's the baby. And so just talking about our relationship and how we work so well together. So this is just, this is the make again. So I did the fodder challenge in July of last year, and I just wanted to put a few examples of some of the things that I was making, and just a place to house these things, because I really didn't know what I wanted to do with them at this point. I still don't entirely know what I'm going to do with them. I have a whole collection. Let's just bonus. I have a whole box here of what they call fodder. So just things that I can put in to scrapbooks. I just made these today. There's all kinds of things in here. Plastic pieces, paper that I have cut up, and more of those tags that are actually in here. So all kinds of fun stuff. We are, I think this was Community. I just really love this paper, and I didn't do a whole lot more with this kit. other than use the paper. I probably will use the kit in the future. I always try to go back and use them, but you know, sometimes this is enough. This was part of a scrapbook kit, I believe, quarterly scrapbook kit that I got these. They might have been an add-on, and I just really loved the frames and I wanted to stick them in here. And this just is documenting a trip with friends to Omaha. This was those friends again, and just made a little flip open circle with the story underneath. And this was the happy kit again. And I think these were also from the quarterly scrapbook. This was also from a quarterly scrapbook kit, and just a funny photo of my daughter when she got braces. So, and talking about what happened that day. She, yeah, she had an eventful day that day. This was a one little word divider. I actually accidentally, I think, got an extra August divider. So I thought I'll just pop it in here and show that this is August. Now, this is where my album gets less complete in my mind, but I'm not letting it bother me. And in fact, I think I'm probably just totally done with this album. But I did a collage of Wesley turning 5 and just photos, one photo from each day of the month. So this would have been starting back in August of, I think so, August or September of 2022 until August of, yeah, September to August of 2023. Once again, another memory that popped up on my Google Photos, saved it, printed it out, put it in my album. I just really loved this comparison. I remember this photo so well. We took a million photos, and you know, it was shortly after Wesley had been born, and he was just a few months old there. And basically, this is the photo that originated the saying, as long as we're all in the photo, that's all that matters. I don't care if everybody's looking and smiling. Look, everybody's actually looking. We've got some funny smiles going on here, but like everybody's actually looking at the camera, and that's not even the standard around here. As long as everybody's in the photo is all that matters, because this was the best one that we took out of a million photos, and nobody's looking at the camera. Lawrence has got his hand over his eyes. It was just so funny. Then this is the present story kit, and actually got huge honor and was asked to be a contributor for this. So this is actually part of my lesson. That is also the present story kit. And then I have a little mini book that we made in there. And then a story about my mother-in-law. And some blank pages. I may put scrapbooking paper in here. I may just leave them blank. I may put something in there. We'll just see. I'm not sure what's going to go there. Then it leads into my story. So I have a little divider here, and this is the 52 Weeks of Me. They were prompts put on by Maiden Mojave, and so these are stories really centered around my story specifically. All of these stories are from my point of view, but these are telling the story about me. So this is currently favorite color. Let's see, what was this? Days of the week collection, my collection of cups. Love, food. This one was food. Patterns, lyrics. Brave or strong, I can't remember. This one I think was home. Friends, maybe? I believe this was friends. Old and new. And I didn't do every single one of the prompts. I just kind of went with the ones that I knew an answer to, if that makes sense. If I was really struggling with coming up with an answer to one, I would just skip it. So I didn't do them all. This one was happy, so I actually used the happy story kit on there. Wellness is just a little insert. Organization over here, and I had just bought some things to organize my coffee with. My perfect day. And then this was just quote. My dreams. books. So what I was currently reading, my very favorites, just a little talking about how much I love to read, numbers, pet peeves, travel, moments of kindness, my passions, my style, and this was summertime, so I had a little photo of our back to school shopping, our pets with their ages, and a little hole punch tab thing. So there's our pets. Note to self, and then this was actually a 4x6 card that is in the one little word. I can't remember what year it was. It was a couple years ago that I do this all the time with this one because it's just so easy to separate it. So I crop it so the top of the card is here and the bottom of the card is here, and it allows you a lot of space to write on. So I really loved using that. My happy place, my interests. What was this? I can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember what that prompt was, but basically it's talking about health, self-care, work or job. I think this was actually job. So I used the work kit there. Ordinary moments, music, and these are ones that I just did recently, maybe last weekend. Oh no, big moves. This was big moves. So this was our first home that we bought together. Art. So I did a bunch of art samples in there. Seasons, costumes. And I just printed these on 8x10 photo paper and cut them down so that they are 7 by 8.5 with the right justified or left justified, so that I had room to punch holes. Traditions, holidays, hobbies, I believe is what this was. And this was the hobby story kit, and it also, it was one of the lessons in the story kit classroom. So this is totally inspired by Ellie Edwards. Reflection, so I did a photo from each month of 2023, so 2023, and then I put the months on there, and then currently, and that's how I ended that book. So this is the stories of us, our stories album is what I call this, and I have done one other album like this in the past because this is volume 2, and I plan to do a volume 3 in 2024. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.